Okay, I think this is dry enough that we can keep going. Now, I went back and I looked, and I neglected to cut off 6 of these cross braces for the top. So I did that off camera while this was drying. I cleaned up the, I guess they're little spars or whatever you call them on it. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the end piece, get these cross pieces in first, and then squeeze these in, I think. Actually, now that I think about it, that might not be a bad idea to do them now, because that's going to be even harder for those to get in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the end piece first. Get that dry. And I think it was kind of dry fitting it. I think I'm going to fit it in there and then put the glue on it and hold it, because this is kind of tight quarters in here. I'm not sure how well you can see that. Let's see, if I just hold that and add my glue, I think that might be better. Oops. Okay. A little hard to get this done so you can see it. Dark too. Honestly, I don't think anybody's really going to pay a lot of attention to if this is perfect. Let's see. I don't know why you can see that in there. There's nothing really tells you where it goes. So I'm gonna do the other end while we'll work from the ends in. So do the same thing. Try and fit this in here. Also got a top piece coming off of here. I noticed that I didn't get glued completely in, I guess. First did this. So that's proving to be a bit of a pain. I'm going to have to glue that one back down. Okay, let's see. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of popped up on the end there. So I am going to glue that. Right there. On the other side. If I can hold that till it dries. You guys want to watch me hold it? Oh, I can actually lay it down. It wants to lay down. Put that in the back corner so nobody can see it. I had a couple questions on the last update, whether I was gonna install it and then put these pieces, put the track in and put these pieces in, and I don't think I want to do that. So what I'm gonna, whoops, that one slid down. I'm gonna get some abutments for it. need to keep that track the way it is. I can't really replace it with a bridge deck track, because I need that. This bridge comes right off of a curve, and I used to have a switch right there that I took out because it was really problematic trying to go into a turnout on a curve like that. So I took that out, and that's all 2 solid pieces of flex track coming out that curve. I want to keep it just the way it is. Slide this bridge in. Okay. Too busy talking and not paying attention. Okay. Well, I can live with that. Besides, once it's painted, nobody's gonna know. Okay. So next is put in a cross piece. Now there is a right and a wrong way with this. Detail goes to the top. So ooh, you know what? Those are not quite dry yet. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop this and let this completely dry before I come back and start working on the rest of it. So we'll catch you in a few. Okay, well, hopefully I let that dry long enough. We'll see. It starts falling apart. I can't work on this upside down because these little cross members have to go underneath. It should be interesting. Which would require glue on each of the end pieces. Thusly. I know I'm going to spill this. It would fit underneath like that. Thusly. And in this case, gravity is not our friend. Okay. So what if I try to get an idea? I don't know if you can see that. Let's see, look at that. Okay. These end pieces kind of look wonky on me, but okay. So that, let's do the other end here. Again, I try to pinch these together while I stick this in so it doesn't separate on me. Let's see. Hold that for a moment. Well, you get the general idea, so I think what I'm going to do is spare you the cursing of trying to get this all in. And what I'll do is I'll put this on a time lapse. Get this all together. Otherwise, this is going to be a 2-hour video. Okay, well, that was a disaster. I wasn't given the glue time enough to really set up before I was moving on to the next piece. So what I'm going to do is do each one, but I'm going to give it sufficient time to dry between moving on. And I did notice that as I moved from the outside to the inside, the strength was increasing, the rigidity of it. So I would recommend doing that way you don't have an end flopping around. But that's what I'll do off camera. And that probably, when I get that done, we're basically going to have it pretty much completed. So that being said, let me go ahead and get this done, and I'll get back with you when I get these all glued up. Well, this has definitely been a challenge. I think I'll try and do the last couple pieces to show you. Definitely suggest letting the glue dry on this thing before you go too far, or don't try to shoot a video while you're building it. But I think that's a good idea to do that because you can learn from my mistakes. Actually, it is going to be really fun to try to get that last cross girder in. That's going to be really fun. I have to come in from the underside, I think. Or I could just leave it out, nobody will notice. Okay. Definitely not a beginner kit. Which I am. I can't remember the last time I built a model. Let's try going from the top. Or I wonder if I should get some tweezers. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's see. There we go. Get my fat fingers out of the way. Come in from the bottom. Then get the fat fingers in the way. Oops. Okay, that didn't work. Really don't want to mess this up too bad. Try this again. I get enough glue on there to hold it. Kind of squeeze it in a little bit too to give it some help. Let's see that come up. That's close. Got this one side went in. This other side is not wanting to get in. I'm going to put a little more glue right here. Try to help that along. Okay, what if, let's see, get some tweezers in here to get that in. Okay, that worked. Now if I can get it just a little bit. Well, I think that went in. I don't know if you can see that. It'd be the middle one. Get the bottom detail. Well, it's not perfect. Oh, you know what? Look at that. Look at the bow in that thing. Oh my God. That bridge deck is seriously bowed. When we did the first half, I don't know if you can sight that down. That's a problem. Let's see. Well, that sounded good. Yeah, see this one side with the bow broke the glue joints along this side. This side looks, let's see. And I'm sighting down here. This side, let's see, there we go. It stayed pretty level. All the glue joints broke loose on that side. So I think it's got to be re-glued and held until it dries. Otherwise, this is a disaster. Okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this, and then I am going to try to hold it until it dries, or at least firms up until I can do something with it, maybe clamp it down or something. Okay, well, I'm going to shut this off, and I'll let you know how it turns out. Okay, this was my solution. I don't know if you can see this, but what I did is I got a piece of pine that I've got. That's why I never throw any lumber away. Going through the bridge, and on my concrete floor, I know that's flat and it's strong, so I've got 40 pounds of weight pushing down on that, going through the bridge to flatten out the girders that the track's supposed to be on, and that's supposed to be flat. And so when I had it down like that, then I dabbed some glue in all the joints along the base, and I'm gonna let that dry for the afternoon, and hopefully when I pull that off, we'll have a flat bridge. Okay, stay tuned.